Likutei Moharan Tefillah Lechavokuk. We are in the middle of Sif Hey. The principle was that the Etzadas, the Targum, the middle ground, Klipas Nuga, is where the bad and the good are mixed together. That is the interface between the evil, which is the fire, the flame of the 70 nations, the Shonas Akum, Derech Isha Min Ha'efes, fornicating woman, to feed off the Kedusha, which is Chava, which is Loshen Kodesh, which is Isha Chachama. Goes through Isha Maskelis, that Etzadas is a learned woman, but the Goyim, it's like, if she's not learned, then it's like, she's total shtus. Learned can bring him down to Gehenna, and learned can bring him up to, it all depends. What are you learning? What is the learning? What is the purpose of learning? So Isha Maskelis, in a Chinam generation, it's changed and so forth and so on. It's no longer the way it used to be. Women cannot be, even in the way that they used to be before. That they don't have the tzidkis that they used to have before either. So it's Elisha, he was a Talmud, the prophet. He was a Talmud of Eliyahu. He inherited Ruach HaKodesh from Eliyahu, from his Rav. And it's Tanamam. Ruach is Shlemus Sabris, is the perfection of the covenant. We learned about Rachav. She said that nobody could do anything in those manners, the intimate manners. V'lo kamod ruach benish, and the spirit couldn't withstand in a man. So the ruach has to do with that. Ruach HaKodesh, Loshen Kodesh is the same thing. So he got Ruach HaKodesh from Eliyahu, he got Shlemus Loshen Kodesh from him. And this is that what Elisha asked from Eliyahu before Eliyahu Novi ascended to the heavens. V'hina pi shnai b'rucha Eloi. May there be the spirit of prophecy will rest upon me twice than it was upon you. And what is alluded to is ki pi shnai. Pi is also pi. It's a mouth. Pi shnai Loshen Kodesh. Because the Gemara says that Shnan Mikra Be'echot Targum, every person is supposed to to read, prepare before every Shabbos, twice the Loshen Kodesh, and once the Loshen Targum. It says Pi Shnayim is Loshen Kodesh, Echad is Targum, right? Now, the Mikra is Loshen Kodesh. The Targum is obviously Klipas Nuga. It is through the learning of Shna Mikra Targum that a person elevates the good, the Klipas Nuga, to the Kedusha. Every Shabbos. That's the tool. And what's alluded to in the words of the Gemara, that Loshen Kodesh is Shnai. That which Elisha wanted to Zechah to Pi Shnai twice, to Loshen Kodesh. Because Elisha got from Eliyahu then, at that time, the Shlemus Loshen Kodesh. Well, the day Zeh, this is why it is written about him, the woman from Shonim. She said about him, Ish Kodesh Over Aleinu Thamid. She told her husband, there's a holy man that passes by us, consistently. How did she know that he was a holy man? Gemara says, that she didn't see any nocturnal emissions on the sheets. In those days they used to walk a lot because, it's getting from place to place, through exhaustion. There were people on a very, very high madrega. And unless a person was on an unbelievable madrega, he says that okay. The Mepharshim explain that it wasn't just that, that she didn't see, emission on his sheets. I mean, other people also don't have, not every time. It's like what happened? Whatever he was there, she never saw. What was, they said, she was making his bed. Normally when somebody comes from the road, whatever it is, and people sleep, so the bedroom smells, from bodily odors, just regular bodily odors. And his bed, after he got up, his bed had Rech Gan Eden. And it was like, there were no deodorants those days. It was Rech Gan Eden there, so she knew it was like Ish Kodesh. She said, she didn't see emission on his sheet. Because it is through the perfection and the acquisition of Lashon Kodesh, of one is rescued from accidents at night. It is through the perfection of Kodesh one acquires the rectifications of the bris. Because it is the completion of Lashon Kodesh, the perfection of Kodesh, while it day targum. That's how you perfect Lashon Kodesh, through targum, using the targum, when you are zoiche Lashon Kodesh, when you're awake, your sleep is clean, then you don't fall into this. The addition by cleaning out your own aspect of Targum, which is slumber, this puts you in a situation that saves you, that rescues you from Mikalayla that occurs during sleep. Because then the Ruach Sal doesn't have the ability to go through the Targum and to feed off the Lashon Kodesh, the Kedusha. When the sleep is mixed up, good and bad, the Ruach Sa'ora from the Klipa can come, but when a person already cleans out and separates the Tov from the Ra, through Shlemus Lashon Kodesh, then when he is in a state of Tardema, the Tardema itself is clean. There's no mixture of bad in there, because he elevated the good and the bad, fell down. So therefore you see, this is what David HaMelech asked. Rosh Mesibai, almost Hasemu Yechasemu. What does it mean? Rosh Mesibai, the chief of those who surround me to capture me. This is Doega Aedoimi. This is the famous Lashon Hara talker. Almost Sefasemo. The Pasuk says, almost Sefasemo, the toil of his lips, the lie that they say about me. He, in his, this sheker will cover them. In other words, whatever it is that they want to do for me will come upon them. Rosh Mesibai means surrounding, that's the chief surrounder, circumference, and surrounds the Kedusha. Because that's the Klippa, that's the closest to the Kedusha. This is, on this Klippa, David HaMelech asked, Omol Sefasemo Yechasemo. The Omol, the dishonesty and the evil which is in it, Isbata, will be covered. And the rest of the languages of all the nations, they are the flame. Of the 70 stars, that's a type of milf. That's the overall evil of the 70 nations. David HaMelech said what he wants to happen to them in the next pasuk. Yamotu aleim gecholim. May burning amber coals fall upon them. In other words, they will fall in fire. B'ma'amuros Yamotu aleim gecholim. May burning amber fall on them. And the pasuk says, "Be'esh yapilam," they will fall in fire. B'ma'amuros bal yacholo, they will fall into abyss, out of which there's no getting out. At the home, abyss. Abyss is also good. Ki ma'esh yetziu ve'esh tochlem, for they come out of fire, the fire will eat them, who shall consume them. Because they are fire. It says in the verse of Hezkel, the three totally defiled evil kelipot. Ruach Sa'or, a storm wind. Onan Godol, a great cloud. Ve'esh Mislakach, a self-taking fire. That's why he asked that the fire will come out of the supernal givurot, the supernal mites. It should defeat them and drop them. In other words, we're talking about that sphere of noigo, of glowing, this is the mixture with the good and bad, which is targo. You need to cleanse it, to purify it. The bad that is included in it will fall. And the good that it contains will become elevated and will become included in the Kedusha. This that it means sanctifying oneself, one's Lashon Kodesh through the Lashon Torah. And the rest of the language of the Ami. Either it's a very big rat or someone's trying to open the door.
Hope it's the latter.
What?
Hope it's the latter, not the former.
Maybe like crickets and
types of things.
and the other Lashon Asakum. They are total bad, total evil. You have to totally eradicate them. Let amber fall upon them. Now, been revealed that is the flame of fire. I read this word of Shabbos that comes down, that descends on Erev Shabbos al Rosh HaKlipos, on the heads of the Kelipot. It should not be included in the noigo to feed off the kedusha. Perush. We said it already once before. Ki be'erev Shabbos, be'knisas HaShabbos, when the Shabbos comes in, nichal noigo be'kedusha, the malchus all week long All week long, the Malchus is in the Yardea Raglei Yordot Maret. The feet of the Malchut are inside the Klipot. And when Shabbos comes in, the Malchus goes up into Shabbos, into the Kedusha. That's the Noiga that goes into the Kedusha. Now, the Klipot, they have, the buddies with Klipas Noiga all week long. So they figured they'll be able to go into the Kedusha, take over the Kedusha completely. So there's a fire that comes down during the Rechitzas Maim Chamim, Erev Shabbos, that drops the Kelipot into the abyss, into this Tahoim, which is the garbage can, the spiritual garbage can. This is where the Kelipot go. כי בערב שבס, בכניסת השבס, ערב שבס when Shabbos comes in, נכלל הנויגו בקדושו. The noigo is being included in the holiness. ואז לא יוצאים גם שעה קליפס התמאריס לגמרי, then also the other kilipot which are totally tama, לעלייס על הקדושה, they want now to come to the קדושה. ואז יורד שם ריבה באשו, then there's a flame of fire coming out of the supernal gevurot, the gevurot העליונות. It goes al roishon v'nofrim lemata, it goes on their head and it drops them down. שזהו סוד כוונוס וחיצוס מים חמים בערב Shabbos. That is the mystery of the meditation that washing head and mind. When you wash with hot water, Erev Shabbat, before you go into the mikvah, you wash yourself with hot water. Bifrat, it should be the head, the yadayim and the raglayim. If you can't take hot water over, some people are sensitive, the whole body. Best thing is the whole body, hot water. Some people are very sensitive, they can't take hot water, so at least the head and the hands and the feet, that should be with hot water. The rest of the body, you can let a little, קצת יותר פושרים, a little bit more. Oh, yeah. This is because the hot water, they get the filth from a person's body. They signify the fire that is coming from above on the kelipot and drop them down from that supernal bechina called Odom in Olam Asiyah. The spiritual Odom Asiyah. You should know, just let me finish here, Kavua b'kavonas, the Kavonas Harizal, that he said, that he said that you have to purify, you have to lift out, separate the good in the Targum, this is B'chinat Noga, you should include it in the Loshen Kodesh, in the language of holiness. And there, the rest of the foreign languages, which is Ragomo, which is total bad, you have to drop them and eradicate them completely. It's important that we understand that Olam Ha'asiyah, this world, is also a spiritual world. The mistake that people make today, even scientists realize this. The mistakes that people make is that they think, even religious people, they think that the world, this world, Olam Ha'asiyah, is a physical world. that has a spiritual aspect to it. Like, this person is very spiritual, très spirituel. But the truth is the opposite. The world is completely spiritual. The world is an idea which has a physical aspect to it. The truth is that it's not possible to understand how this world has spiritual aspects. Even philosophically, it is impossible to understand. How can there's a physical world? Which were there once before, many times before, probably. Everything needs time and place to exist. Right? We sit here, we learn. So there's a ear, with the chirping and the thing, and there's the time right now, 10:30, right now. So we're learning. If we're learning nowhere at no time, means we're not learning. So Metziut, so reality, to be reality, it needs to exist with the realm, within the confines of time and place. Now, the place itself is an outcome of time. I will explain it, but the place itself is an outcome of time. The problem of time is that time really doesn't exist. The past exists only in our memory. It's gone. The future exists in our fears, in our hopes, in our predictions, and whatever you want to call it, but it doesn't exist. There's nothing there. In the present is the kiss between no longer and not yet. There's nothing, there's no time, it doesn't take any place. The present. So there's no past, there's no future, and the present is where nothing and nothing meet. That's it. So where do you have time? There's no time at all. That's why Rabbeinu says in the Sikha that time is you'll see in the Sikhos that time is a result of small-mindedness. The mind is very narrow, is very small, so it imagines this time. We gave the mashal of, in the movies, used to have like frames, like 24 frames per second, but each one doesn't move. Just each one's a little different. It's a picture. It's a picture after picture after picture after picture, but it goes so quickly. The mind is not fast enough to see picture. It makes this movement. It sees it as movement. The same thing, time that we see here is really infinite zeros. That's what it is. Because there's no time, there's not even a nanosecond. There's nothing. But there's infinite. How does it exist? Nobody can understand. Only Hashem alone. The way everything was created in the very beginning, that's why when I said that place is an outcome of time. is in the Sikha that we had quite a few times before, probably we'll have many more times, because I don't have that many new Sikhas, that before the world was created, it was only Hashem alone. When it's only Hashem alone, there's no name. There's no Hashem, there's no Allah, there's no G-O-D, none of these names. Because a name is something that is called from by somebody else, the outside. But there's no outside, there's only Hashem. Okay? Then Hashem had the concept of creating the world. With everything that Arizal writes in Etz Chaim, in the beginning, the whole. But L'maisa, Hashem had the concept of creating the world. And this world will consist of Hashem. It's like you have a sculpture of a family sitting down eating potatoes. There's a father, there's a mother, there's a boy, there's a girl, there's a table, there are potatoes. Everything is ceramic. Everything is clay. This entire world is made of the material, quote unquote, called Hashem. Everything is one. So in the concept, everything is one. And the mathematical reality, the number one, came into being. It's created. One. Before that, there wasn't even one. Now the concept that everything is one was now created. Everything is one. Okay? Hashem continued, and according to the concept of creation, there is Hashem, there's a creator, and there is the Bria, there is the creation, right? And the concept of two was created. Creator, creation. Before everything was one, now the number two was created. Now, the minute that the number two was created, all the mathematical computations happen automatically, spontaneously. The only way that one and two can interact mathematically to change is addition. Multiply, it remains the same. 1 times 2, 2 times 1, and it's always so there's 1 and there's 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. Automatically, the reality of 3 was created, which is what? Which is before creation, and after creation. So the number 3 represents the creation of time. בראשית ברא אלוקים את השמיים ואת הארץ. The Gra says Bereshit is not a timely beginning. It's because the time is also a creation. Time itself, the concept of time, is a creation. Because in reality, there's no mamoshas to time at all. The only thing that time really means is before, during, and after. That's it. There's no other meaning to time. Now you already have 1 is the essence, is the atzmut. It's the everything. What is everything is made of. That's the etzem. That's the 1. The 2 is a somebody, it's creation, it's somebody else, right? The ma, the creation is the me, the somebody. Now you have somebody, the two, and you have the three, you have time. Somebody plus time has to happen somewhere. 2 and 3 immediately interact in all possible ways, which means 2 times 3 is 6. This is the creation of space. 6, up, down, left, right, forward, back. Multiplication, kefil, in Kabbalah is called hakah. It's called a hit. Or you call it a bang. Call it a big bang if you want. And space was created, up, down, left, right. 6 directions and 1 direction in the middle, which is the result of all the directions. Right is right, and left is left, and forward is forward, but it's only forward and left because something is in the middle, in between all of them. Then the right is the right of the middle, and the left is the left of the middle, and the forward is the forward of the middle, and that middle is the 7. You have the first 3 and the second 7. Together they make 10. This is the 10 sefirot. The middle is the malchut. The 6 kivonim is the Anpin, Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod. In the middle is the malchut. And this is all spiritual. In the middle of the middle, in other words, in the malchut of the malchut, this is where everything, including Olam HaAtzilut, was created. In the middle of the middle, in the nekudah of the nekudah, the malchut of the malchut, this is where all the halapanoi and everything was created. Inside the malchut of the malchut. The middle of the middle. When you take a look at what physicists hold to be the truth, which is the Big Bang, okay? What came out of this Big Bang? The only thing that came out is energy. That's it. Basically, what came out of this is light, right? So they come up with, with all these computations, these formulas called quarks, that the energy was frozen into quarks and became matter. That's why when you split matter, you split the mass, you get this explosion of energy. So when we're talking about the klipot, when you're washing your body with mayim chamim erev Shabbat, you're just washing them with hot water. You are washing your body, you're washing the dirt off your body. You are also washing the spiritual partzuf of Adam, of Olam HaAsiyah, the lowest of all the world, which is totally spiritual, by physically cleaning your body. Erev Shabbat. Ad kan.